Shit.
Just each episode's going to get worse. They go live. I believe I'm live. Let's try this again. Refresh. It's gonna be fucking creepy watching me on a small little screen. Come on. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it says live.
Hey.
I can see your shoulder.
Oh, gross. Cancel. There we go. There we go. Actually, I think my back. Look at that. So let's see how terrible I look. All right. And the quality is... It's going to be great.
It is.
I see the... I was going to see if we could see more than just that. Yeah. Okay, we'll just see us ourselves.
Yes.
Like a shitty mirror. All right. Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going? I'm Mr.Lips. This is Talk Shit. This is David Dross from No Advisory.
That's me. Clap.
Been a fan for a week. Ish.
That sounds like everybody. It lasts about a week too.
Yeah, and pretty much. I listened to the one song. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, was it Relinquish Control? That's what's left, not No Advisory.
No, yeah. All right, maybe. Anyways, let me do a quick advertisement. We actually got one sponsor for this episode. It's amazing. I know. Who would have thought I could go and find something? And I do have to say, Twitch does not promote or have any connection to this advertisement. I have to say that. It says so legally in their terms of agreement that you have to say Twitch has nothing to do with this company I'm advertising here on the show, Mr.Lips Talk Shit. Let me get the product out. I think David would like it. It's a masturbation kit. You can do it yourself. It has a glove. It has a condom.
I hope you can do it yourself.
It also has a virality test, so you can see exactly what you'll hit.
That's perfect.
Isn't that great?
So I have a whole filing cabinet full of these.
Oh, dude, I just used my socks.
That hurts. And then it's like rubbing a cylindrical foot.
Yeah.
It's very rough.
Good point. All right, so.
Oh, what is this? Are these beverages?
Get a drink.
Oh.
Get a drink, my friend.
Also not a sponsor. Cherry Coke.
At all. Never.
Not a sponsor. Here, let me just crack this. Oh. Ooh. You hear that refreshing sound of Coca-Cola and not Pepsi? It's fantastic. What is this? 2023. It's a good year. You did good.
I was looking for 1995, but it didn't come through.
Yeah, the bubbles do get annoying.
Hey, so what brought us here basically was your Facebook posts of Tales of Music Past, because you've been doing the No Advisory for 17 years, from what I recollect. And I didn't even realize that until I saw those posts, and I was reading each one being like, there's more to this story.
There is.
Clearly.
There's a lot more.
Because 17 years is a lot to put in like 8-9 posts.
It is. That's like...
Especially written form.
Yeah.
If you're doing it on a computer.
Yes.
Right.
I wanted to do a lot more.
So
people don't like reading.
No.
That's why we're doing this.
No, I was just staring at it. I didn't even know what the words were saying.
You're like, Tales from Music's Past. Well, that's really cool.
That's hard.
That's a nice picture that you posted.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then just moved on to the next one. You're like, oh, he keeps posting these. Made it all the way to 10. Didn't read a single one.
Damn, he can count. He's not like me. All right. Cool.
I did have to look back at all my previous posts to see which number I was on. Did you just choke on your tea?
A little bit. Oh, hot. Who would have thought hot tea was hot?
Right? And chokeable.
And anything's chokeable,
That's true. As long as it's not a fat neck.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's. We should probably actually start,
We
of
should.
course. So, tell me the beginning. So, 2006 is all right. 2005 is when you start. Way in the back.
Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers in 2006. So I got my first guitar in 2002, and all I wanted to do was start a band.
Hmm.
And I would just like grab anybody that could play anything and be like, let's play some music. Like there was always like the kid that had like a drum set. I'm like, just do this fast, and we're gonna just play music fast. And anybody that had a bass, and then I never found it was just really hard to find people to be in a band, so I ended up getting a bass. And I was like, well, maybe if I play bass, I can find somebody that plays guitar.
So you started off playing guitar
Yes.
first. Oh, okay. I
Mhm.
didn't know that. And then you went to bass.
Yes, and I never learned how to play bass. And then I was like, well, maybe if I become a drummer, it'd be easier. So I actually took drum lessons for like 8 years.
Wow.
I know.
So that's why you wanted to touch my drums.
Yeah, that's why I haven't. There's probably other. There's one right here.
Yeah, there's one right there. Yeah, right there, and one right here.
It's true, but
Hold
I don't
on.
think the people can see that.
No,
But there's a drum. It's like right there. We're
Right
not gonna
there.
touch the camera. There's some over there too. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so I took drum lessons and started bands with people that weren't focused, and we just like play like 8 bars of something, and then start playing like a cover, and then I almost gave up. And then in high school, my buddy Derek was like, "Hey, you still got that bass?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'm in this band and we're jamming today after school. It was a Friday." And he's like, "You should come by and bring your bass." And I was like, "What? I don't play bass. I just kind of have one." And he's like, "Oh, well, you just follow the rhythm guitar." And I'm like, "Okay." I like went in with like the lowest of low expectations, because like everybody I ever played with was like not fun to play with and like not focused.
okay.
I went, and it was a guy. I was in sophomore year.
Hmm.
There was a guy named Justin who was in his junior year, and a guy named Brian who was in his senior year, and then my buddy Derek and and I showed up, and like, oh, we have this song. It's called Indifferent, and it goes like this. I'm like, okay, and then watch. I'm like, okay, and I'm gonna play it, and we just like clicked, and we just like played through it like I don't even know how many times, and they're like, well, we have this other one we're working on. It's called My Private Religion. I'm like, okay, go through it, keep playing, and the like feeling at the end was so rad. Like we're like, holy crap, like we sound so good, and
Mhm.
like we just met and we just started playing. Like we got to keep this going. And I was like so jazzed. I was like, I'm never gonna. I can't let this die, because this is the closest I've been to being in a band.
Right.
And then over the next like week or two, Brian and I got pretty close, the drummer, and like him and I would just sit on the phone, and he's like, we need to come up with a new name, because the name was called Ash to Embers. Total not good 2006 tight jean, like long hair in the face kind of sounding name.
Yeah, it kind of sounds more alternative because you were trying to go for punk.
Yeah, like
Right.
we were like a lot more of like a punk band.
Right.
And I have this Blink-182 poster on my wall, and it has the parental advisory thing on it. Like I still have the notebook. I was a notebook, and I was just writing all these band names down. And we were like talking on the phone. And I was like, "What about this?" And then we'd go on MySpace and look up the name.
Back in MySpace.
Yeah. And
oh
then
my god.
we're like, that name's taken. And I was like, yeah, it's probably because it's really fucking good. And type in the next one. Oh, that one's taken. And we just cross them off. And then we had like another list of like ones that worked. And we would like put them on like little posters to see like how it looked. And then we'd like say it out loud, like, oh, we're going to go see Stiletto at the Cobalt.
Yeah.
And then we're like, that kind of sounds stupid. And then we like looked it up, and we're like, oh, there's a metal band called Stiletto.
Right.
And then like someone was like, oh, you mean like the high heel? And I was like, a stiletto's a knife. I guess we shouldn't use it, because now it's going to be like a chick shoe.
It's going to be confused into a different meaning. Yeah. All right.
And then I had that poster that said like parental advisory, and I remember like wanting to go buy CDs and stuff. and I couldn't buy them because of the parental advisory
Because
stickers.
you're young and they have that stupid law made by freaking Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore.
Yes,
She's
yes,
the one
Hillary
who's,
Clinton,
yeah. Oh, I
and
know all about that. Yeah.
and oh great, now I'm gonna get suicided.
Yeah, dead. That's it. This
I'm
was the
done.
last episode, both
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, I'm
They're
gonna get
coming after.
suicided by the Clintons. I need to quit saying that. Okay.
Epstein hung himself.
Yes, and then
Wink.
yeah, wink. And I was like, man, if there was like no parental advisory sticker on like the CDs, I could have bought them. And then I'm like, no parental advisory, no parental, take out the parental, no advisory. What?
Whoa.
Mind freak.
That's great.
And then typed it in.
Of course, no
Nothing.
one thinks of that. No
Mm-mm.
advisory. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. And I don't even. There was like other music pages back then. I can't even remember what they were called. Like I don't even know if Bandcamp was a thing or Reverb, but like whatever it was at the time, we just like looked and couldn't find it. And so it was born.
Yeah.
And then we went on stickerjunkie.com. That's a plug.
Ah,
And we've been using them ever since to make our stickers.
there you
And
go.
yeah, we get stickers, and I have like I kept like a generation of each sticker, so like I have like a couple at my house that say like that's a newer one.
Yeah. Well, I think when I got that was freaking years ago.
Yeah,
It's actually a lot older. That used to be on that ice chest when that used to be my drum box, and then I got this, and I've been sticking local bands ever since on there.
yeah, we got the Rays.
Yeah, a lot of bands don't exist anymore on this, unfortunately.
You're right.
I mean, Two Brothers is here, so they're still around. I know they're
Yeah.
they're doing stuff, and then yeah, Anti-Hero's gone. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I literally had to figure out how to peel this off because I'm like, oh, I want this on the box. And those were like the first three I ever got.
It looks really good, and like that's why we try to do different stickers because all these stickers are all like black and dark colors and not fun, and like ours stands out.
Definitely, yeah.
Like it's right there. You can't miss us ever.
I don't miss you, so it's fine.
No, exactly. See, yeah,
I'm not
Um,
even a fan. All right.
yeah, and then we got stickers, and we played our first show December 31st, 2006, a month after starting the band, and
What venue do you remember?
I do. It was on Happy Lane in Simi Valley.
Happy Lane in
Yeah.
Simi Valley.
That was my best friend's birthday party.
Oh, there you go.
And there's a VHS tape out there somewhere of this.
A VHS
Yes.
tape. God damn, you're
Yeah.
old.
And it got stolen. So if you're the one that stole it,
You're a piece of shit, and we
Yeah.
want it back
yeah, we want it back.
for archaic reasons.
I'm gonna get the same lawyer that Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee got to get their sex tape back.
There you go. That would be the way to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that, and then we started playing the Cobalt. Played some benefit shows. Got hooked up on. I really like that tattoo.
Oh,
It's almost as cool as mine.
that's funny. Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had that.
I don't know you had that either.
I got this years ago, and I've regretted it ever since.
I got this years ago, and I've loved it ever since.
Oh man, yeah. See, I have different feelings for this one. That's
We have the
funny.
same tattoo. For those of you
Literally,
that can't see.
his is more colored in.
Yeah, mine has color in it.
You got it on Friday the 13th, I'm guessing.
No,
No? Okay, see, that's when I got mine.
that's why mine has color.
Yeah. I don't pay for mine, so that's the only my bass player paid for it
Oh.
because I only ever had this one tattoo that I have.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kelsey from well, you might not know, but she lives in Simi Valley, so you might know her. Kelsey Swers. I could be saying it wrong, but yeah,
I think I do.
that was one of her first
Hope-
set of learning how to do tattoos.
I hope she's not watching, and she's like, "How does he not remember me?"
How does he's been to so many, I've been to so many of his shows, and no, yeah, but yeah, no, it's fair, but yeah, she got me that, and I only had the one. My bass player was like, you need more tattoos, and so I'm like, okay, and so we were looking at the list, and I'm like, I guess I like that one. He's like, okay, here, and then he gave me some money, and I'm like, all right, fine.
Here's $13.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
I think it was actually 40. I think it was 40.
That's not even like divisible by 13.
And it was next to the bar that we were playing at, so it was all the same night. And then, yeah, a whole other list of bad events happened, but that's life.
It is.
Right.
That is the band life.
Anyway, so you were fuck, where were we?
Festivals. So we got on a festival.
Oh yeah, birthday show was your first show, and
Yeah,
then okay.
Cobalt, some benefit shows. And then that was really cool festival with Voodoo Glow Skulls, Pulley, Mad Caddies, probably some other bands that are meaningful that I don't remember. And then, not to throw anyone under the bus, but two people in the band went on like a Christian retreat summer boat thing.
Hmm.
And then in that trip, the Lord spoke to them and told them that they shouldn't play punk rock anymore.
That's interesting.
And they came back and quit the band. And I kept trying to get them to stay, and then they came back for a little bit. And then there was like stipulations on playing the festival, like things that like we could and couldn't do, and things that I could and couldn't say because I have a bad mouth.
Shit,
And
piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits.
piss, fart, turd, twat.
Yeah, shit,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Carlin.
Yeah.
Lenny Bruce.
7 dirty words you can't say on TV.
Exactly, that's my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And me being me, I refused the stipulations.
Of course.
Because I'm like, well, it's not going to be a no advisory show if I don't make dick jokes and make fun of things. And then
how very punk rock of you to, of course, be
then,
like, I'm not going to do any of those things.
And then pre PC culture, I said, I was like, how do you go on a gay boat cruise and come back and not want to play punk rock anymore? And was like chastised for saying that. Pre PC days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that didn't
you
go
have to
well.
clarify that now. You don't want to get canceled for a stupid joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was made in 2006. It's cool. The 10 years has passed.
Yeah. We understand gays exist. All right.
And they have lovely cruises.
They do have lovely cruises, and they took 2 of your band members, your past band members.
Yeah. And right in the old closet.
Right in the old. Well, you know, pastures. All right.
Yes. So, yeah, it was like a little break, and then our guitarist Richard, because we kicked Derek out. Sorry, Derek, if you're watching. Hope all's well. And yeah, Richard joined, and then it was like Richard and me, and then we tried out different drummers and blah blah blah. And then my friend Matt was a big No Advisory fan, and him and I started a band together called Junk Mail Legacy, and we had a song called Hardwood Floors about girls shaving their nether regions, and a song called Girl Scout, and it was also about some horrible subject that I don't recall offhand.
Sure.
And we wrote some like Christmas songs that were like really bad about like reindeers fucking and stuff like that, and just trying to be as offensive as possible. And then Matt was like playing No Advisory stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know, you knew all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I always wanted to join. I was like, let's start. So we did. And then
so it was reborn, even though those 2 left pretty much, and the band was
at the peak.
At the peak, you guys were playing shows, and then all of a sudden they go on a cruise, and then they yeah. I love the joke, so I'm gonna keep saying it anyway. So
oh, they're probably watching.
Shouldn't have made the joke. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so then it kind of tanked a little bit.
Yeah.
I have a weird kind of question. So, has any of those bands, do you know, like have that you started with? Are they still around? Do you think today, or do you think any of those local bands like from certain like still hoofing it like you are, or no?
No,
because
we're the band that won't die.
Yeah, of course. That's good.
There was a band called the Scuffs, and they're amazing, and they broke up. And there was a band called The Pretty Mess. It was an all-female punk band. I think they still like dabble like once in a while in things. Quiverbone, not a band anymore.
I know Quiverbone. My dad knew one of the guys that was like,
who?
His name was Kelty. He was kind of.
Oh yeah, he was the bass player.
Yeah, big, tall, giant dude. Yeah, my dad's friends with him.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in years.
Hope he's well.
I hope he's well too.
Nice guy.
Very nice guy. But yeah,
he made me think of Raytheon from Jackass.
I'm not gonna say it. I don't watch Jackass, so I'm clueless. I know I'm a terrible person. Everyone hates me.
You lost 66 viewers.
Oh, fucking shit! I knew it. It was.
I watched Jackass.
Yeah, I can't.
69 viewers up.
Uh,
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Excellent. All right.
I can't get into it. I'm sure I will eventually, but it's just like a lot of that stuff I'm just like I can't watch it. I appreciate it. I like the comedy it does bring, but I just myself can't do it.
Oh, it's fantastic. You
I
should start watching it now. It's on Paramount Plus. Not a plug.
That's right. Yeah, not a plug. Anyways, because I was thinking that as a question mainly because once we were like getting to year 5, because we've only been a band for 8 years, Disrupted, and once we got to like year 5, it just all of a sudden everyone around us, like Species or like the Ray, like all of a sudden they were like dropping like flies, and we're like, oh fuck, like we're all good, we all hate each other, so it's great,
Yeah.
So we've already got that on the line, that we all hate each other, but we all love each other at the same time. So
You guys are all original lineup, right?
yeah, pretty much. The only thing is we added Sydney.
Mhm.
That's the only new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all been in it for 8 years and just like hoofing it ourselves. But yeah, we were. It's just I've seen so many of our friends just all of a sudden like bye and then like start new things and then kind of go down. And it's just like damn, that better not happen to us.
There is a local band that is broken up, and I ran into one of the members today.
Really?
I won't say who because I'm going to let them announce it themselves. They're planning a reunion show for their like 10th anniversary or something.
Mm.
And I dropped Disrupted Euphoria and No Advisory.
Oh, that would be perfect.
It would be. I'll tell you after the
After
stream.
all this is,
I don't want to spoil it.
No one's watching is done. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to spoil it for the children.
That'd be great. All right. So continue. So you've now reborn with Matt, you said, and now he brought basically new influence. I'm assuming
he did actually. Yeah,
okay.
He did. That caused issues later.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
I'll make it speedy-ish.
Okay. Almost Quentin Tarantino, that like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Start from the middle, then end in the beginning.
Yeah, and like yin and yang it, and like
end up on a cruise ship again.
Yeah. Yep. Hey. And
you know what? That deserves. Is it going to squeak? There we go. Squeak. Yes. Gorbachev.
Gorbachev.
Oh, Gorby. Little squeak toy. Gorby. Have had it since high school.
Is it for a dog?
No, I just bought it. I just found it one day. I was like, oh, cool.
Huh.
I want that.
Nice guy.
It's funny.
I think.
The squeak toy is funny. I'm not saying he's funny. I'm sure he's
hilarious.
He could be funny.
Could be.
To his friends. So.
Yes. So, yeah, Matt joins. It's Richard, Matt, me. There's like a couple of like hiccups here and there, and I end up playing drums for like 6 months. And one of my buddies from a band called Officer Whitey and the Bookin' Boys filled in on bass, and that's where the Look at My Fupa and Mary Goes Around came from. Okay. Was that like 6 month stint? And for people that don't know, Look at My Fupa is the fire song.
The fire song. That's the fire song. I've always wondered that, and
never knew the name. Did you?
I did not realize that was the name. No, not at all.
It's written about we were at band practice, and this old dude kept coming over and telling us to be quiet. And it was like a Saturday at like 2 p.m.
We've gotten that here.
And he had he was an older gentleman, so he had the fupa. Mm-hmm. So it was called Look at My Fupa.
Look at My Fupa. That's great. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. No, I've dealt with noise complaints and cops coming over here because Disrupted. This is where we used to practice all the time. Yeah. Like a lot of our songs came from that garage, as well as other music, because my dad used to do music shit in the 70s. Ah. Yeah, it used to be a recording studio.
So
back in the day.
So he doesn't remember that.
I mean, what he remembers is one of the things he told me. I don't know how true it is. I will preface with that. Supposedly, I'm sure someone could figure this out and find out. I've said it to multiple people, and
I've recorded Charles Manson.
No, how'd you know? Actually, no, I'm kidding. I've prefaced it before. I don't know how true it is, but either way, Dead Kennedys in that garage, supposedly. I don't know if that's true. He just said, I just remember there being a band that was something about the presidents, and I'm like, Dead Kennedys? And he's like, that sounds definitely familiar. And that's what he said. I don't know.
It was probably Reagan Youth.
It could have been Reagan Youth, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how long he did the whole recording thing, but he has all the reel to wheel stuff, all the old fashioned like recording studio shit, all fucked up in the garage,
That's legit.
full of dust. But yeah, no, a lot of music has come from that garage.
Somebody research that.
Someone, I would love to hear if that's actually true or not, but
Put it in the comments.
put it in the comments, yeah.
And then like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and follow and wipe your ass.
Yes.
Don't go on gay cruises unless you are gay.
Or if you just want a clean, fun experience.
Or yeah, there you go. All right, so back to the story again. So 6 months, you're on drums.
Yes.
Did you get a new drummer? I'm assuming
We did. Who drummed after that?
Hunter Haggy. No,
No. It was Richard finally left the band. And it was Matt and me. And then we recorded the Morning Wood EP. No, sorry. We recorded the Master Debaters EP.
Master Debaters.
Yes.
I like that.
It had JFK on the front.
It works for the masturbation kit. That was like perfect product
The
placement
Master Debaters kit.
for something that doesn't actually exist.
You can't trust anyone these days, not even yourself.
That's why there's condoms, there's wipes.
When you have to take matters into your own hand. I love it.
Thank you.
So
Masturbators come out.
yeah, so we record the Master Debaters in my bedroom, and I can't remember. We did, and, we did, and I can't remember what the studio was, but it was this dude who recorded all the hardcore bands in the area.
Okay.
He'd just come to your house with his like laptop and a bunch of mics, and we recorded it, and it was really good. And it might still be on our Bandcamp. I don't remember if I hit it or if it's still there, but it was really good. I drummed on that.
That was going to be my other question, was anything you drummed ended up recorded or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I drummed on it, and I wrote a drum fill that Hunter can't play. I'm going to say it now.
Wow.
He claims he can.
Damn.
He's like, I played it. He couldn't play it. Manny couldn't play it. I was the only drummer that could play it the right way. The right way.
Oh, it has to be a stipulation of
Yeah, there's like a
right.
certain accent you got to do.
Okay.
It's pretty intense.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, every drummer has their own interpretation.
Mhm.
You know, that's
And
why.
some were right and some were wrong.
If anyone took disrupted shit, I'm sure, and they just took out the drums and they would do it themselves, it would be far different than what I came up with.
Yes, probably.
Which is the coolest thing about music.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be as good as yours. Just
Right.
like mine. I get it.
Oh, mine's terrible. Don't. No, it's way too easy. No.
So we record that, and then our friend Manny joined, and he drummed for us for a good amount of years. And Matt and I went to this festival called Lisk Fest on October 11th, 2008. My birthday, my 18th birthday, and
October, baby.
yeah, Libra.
I'm later month, October 26th. So
Scorpio. So you're an
Scorpio.
asshole.
I guess. Some people say.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, we'll stick with it.
you know what? Fuck you, David.
See?
Fuck off this set.
See? Okay, let's bring balance here, okay? Yeah, let me do my Libra duties. Yeah.
Only way I can calm down.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only way to calm down is to come down, right?
Dude, you're my man. There's a reason why I don't like you. Like you.
Yes. By the way, I got us these cruise tickets.
I've always wanted them.
I actually have a free cruise. But not for you.
Oh.
So we're at this festival and we're walking around and we walked past this dude and he was like, "Hey, I'm advisory." And we're like, "Hey!" And like kept walking.
Oh, man.
And then we were like, "Wait a minute. How's this guy know who we are?" Because we're like in like Orange County, like way in Orange County.
You're right.
So we turn around and we find this guy. Long story short, there was a compilation CD they used to give out at like Warped Tour and like all the big festivals called Punk Rock Concoction. And
Bless you.
thank you. And thanks for the Coke. So yeah, he put this like CD out. He's like, yeah, I work for Dimwit Records, who puts out this compilation CD, and like we all knew who this, like, because we all had them. We had all the volumes,
Right.
and there was like some pretty big bands on there, and he gave us his contact info. We did the proper first date thing and waited 24 hours, and then contacted him because we didn't want to seem too pushy,
Right.
and he's like, yeah, he's like, I found you guys on MySpace, and I really like your song, My Private Religion. I think it's really good. I think it'd be good on the compilation, and but I think it should be re-recorded. So, flash forward, um, we go to Riot Studios in Hollywood.
That's
And,
that video that you shared on Facebook in one of the Tales of Music Pass.
yes.
I watched it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes.
You didn't read it, but you watched it.
Of course.
It's a lot
Why
easier.
the hell would I read it when I can watch it or bring the person on and be in?
But sometimes the book is better than the movie.
Exactly. Well, no. Well, maybe. I don't read
Did you
books.
read Holes?
No. I just watch them. I don't read books. I'm a terrible person. The only books I read are like biography books or stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it needs to be an actual person for me to want to read it.
And care.
If it's like Hunger Games, I never read the book. I was supposed to for high school, and I read like the first line, which is like, I think it says Peeta. It mentions Peeta, and then I saw her name was Katniss, and I'm like, this is freaking...
I can't do this.
I can't do this. Those two names are dumb as shit.
I can barely pronounce pronunciation, and I have to try to read cat anus. I can't do this.
Exactly.
Skip this.
Cat anus.
Yeah. So moving on past the anuses of cats,
Oh, that's good.
we spent like 8 hours in the studio recording one song, and it was great. And we're like, this is it. Like, we had this festival that we couldn't play because they went on their cruise, and then like we had to like switch these members, and then it's awesome, and like this is our chance, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna put you guys on the compilation, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be a Warped Tour and like all these big festivals, and like we're gonna make like $600.
Thinking up here.
Yeah, and then the label went under. And
oh, fuck me.
So we almost got on this
You were
festival.
there.
Almost got on this like really awesome like compilation, and like Juan like paid for this whole thing, and we were like, fuck. And he like took us to lunch at this diner out in Hollywood, and it was like a breakup. Like that's how he told us. He was like, hey, like this happened, and like blah blah blah, and like here's some French toast and like water, and we were like
French toast and water.
yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So he told us this, and then he like told me like how to make like a compilation CD and like how to like compile it all together.
Do it yourself.
Yeah. And if you recall, I did try to do that.
I do remember that.
But it was like years later.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time. I'm very slow at like doing things, like getting into like making compilation CDs and like doing my laundry and getting into like the relationships I should be in. It takes me a long time.
I have that same problem. I think that's all musicians, right?
Yeah. But once I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm
Once you're in there.
You can't get rid of me.
Oh, no.
No. And like a cold sore.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
AIDS. No,
Yeah.
not AIDS. What? AIDS? Herpes.
Yeah.
Herpes.
Or AIDS.
Yeah, herpes comes back.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, whatever. Anything incurable.
Does Mr.Lips know his STDs? No.
Oh, you should get checked then.
Doctor is scared. All right.
You're like, I have this like really like weird growth.
I don't have
testicle.
money. I don't have money for doctors.
Go to Canada.
I go to Dollar Tree and just like hope they have a bottle there, and I just open that up.
You know,
and
just
chug it down the hall.
Pissing on the pregnancy test there isn't going to tell you if you're pregnant.
The weed test does.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're just all positive. They're like, if you're getting your drug test at the Dollar Tree, you're probably high. So we're just going to make them all say positive.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, just to make sure you're good. Yeah, so he like told us all this stuff, and then he talks about like recording this album. So we go to this lockout in Hollywood, and we demoed an entire album in a day.
Wow.
And there's like I think there's one or two songs that are on that have never been released.
Really?
Yeah, we played them live like once or twice, and
Mm,
they're actually pretty good. There was one called Game Time, and it was to take me out to the ball game, but the lyrics changed to be about our band.
that's interesting.
It is.
That would be
Thank
interesting,
you.
like opener too.
It would have been, but it wasn't. And I could have, but it didn't. And
Why didn't I think of that?
right,
Damn it!
yeah. So we had this whole album,
17 years too late.
right, ooh, demoed out, and I still have it if you want to hear it. And
I would be interested.
then something else happened. I don't know. It was just a bunch of shit luck all the time, always and forever.
Drama, yeah.
And it didn't happen. And we proceeded to push forward. And our drummer Manny is of Filipino descent, so very strict parental regimens, and
Right.
like wasn't allowed to play shows on certain days, and like couldn't do this and couldn't do that, and
Worse than the cruise ship, I'm guessing, or just 50-50 was
depending on the day.
okay.
At least he stuck around. So
Good effort on
yeah,
him.
yeah.
All right, Manny.
So Manny quit for his Lord and Savior Buddha.
Nice.
I don't think they're not. I think it's Christian or Catholic for Filipinos, and
So, were you guys a 4-piece at this point?
No, we were a
still?
3-piece.
Or you were a 3-piece?
yeah,
Okay. And
So-
then Manny left, and then that just left you and
Matt.
Matt. Okay.
But we used to play the open mic nights at Yankee Doodles on Tapo Street by the Pizza Hut, the only place that never closes in that complex. And we met Jake.
Never even heard of that place.
It's not there anymore.
It did close down eventually.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. And we met Jake, and he was in a band called The Unfounded, and we were like, hey, you should join our band, because our band's like needing a guitarist.
Mhm.
And then Matt played drums, and then we recorded the Morning Wood EP, which had no advisory in penis font. It was a bunch of penises spelling out no advisory, and the
That's-
eye was like a penis with like an ejaculate
That's
at the top,
adorable.
possibly a piss squirt.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It just depended on the color of the background, I guess. It was white, so it'd probably come. And
I would assume,
yeah, hopefully.
in my experience,
Yes.
being in this room. This used to be my bedroom. Oh, yeah. That's my 5th one of buying those. All right.
So, it's approved by the AMA, the American Masturbators
You just keep handing me thinking about it. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got it in do you remember Rockhaven Records?
No, can't say I have.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. And it was next door
This is
to
well like after my time, I think.
it was like 2010.
Yeah, see, I was
Wow.
like in high school.
Mm.
I was like freshman.
Ugh.
I didn't start playing my drums until 10th grade, so
Ah.
it's just like a year or two later.
Yikes.
Yeah. Class of 2014. Hey, your girlfriend too. We're young. You're old. How does it feel? You're dying.
Oh,
You're on a flip phone, Grandpa? What's going on here?
class of 09.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what, you're like 85 years old?
69.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Always 69.
Always. And God damn it. You graduated high school a year before Tom DeLonge left Blink for his second time.
For UFOs?
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn. And so
So
yeah.
2010.
Yeah, so we had our album in this record store with all these dicks on it, and
Right.
like no one noticed.
Oh
and,
my
And
goodness.
the background was naked women, cartoon naked women, and yeah, there's like dicks and naked women all over this thing, and it was like literally on the top shelf where like everyone could see it, and like people were actually buying it, which was really cool. They'd have like 8 people working, so they just like all their money, and then they shut down.
Wow.
Of course, so that we finally get in a record store and we get shut down. So yeah, I released that, and then we played our 5th anniversary show in 2011. Excuse me.
I think that's probably when I started playing drums, almost. Probably. Just around
And
that time.
our friends from the cruise came back and played a couple songs with us.
Hey, they
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah. took
Came
time.
on someone's back.
Yeah, they came back from their cruise to bless us with their presence, and Richard was there, and we played the song, and um, I don't remember. It was fun. Anyway, yeah, we played that, and then we went to record our next thing called The Split, and it was Bootleg Brigade and us, and then the cover was Matt's ass. You can still find that on Bandcamp.
Oh my
He
goodness.
did a really good job taking a picture of his own butt in 2011.
That's
Like,
hey.
there wasn't like timers on phones then.
Oh yeah.
You had to like
We're blessed now.
you had to like draw an ass and like hold it and like make sure it was like in the right frame and like the ratio was right, and then you had to like
really.
do it. I don't know why he just didn't ask me
train.
to do it.
Mm.
I would have took a picture of his ass, but he's a perfectionist.
It would. Yeah. Well, got to get the crack just in the center.
It was pretty good, pretty well centered. So we recorded that between Matt's garage and my kitchen, and then like musical differences came up, and we broke up, and I was like, I'm moving on to greener pastures, and I moved to Louisiana, and I was wrong, and I was there for a little while, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back to greener pastures, and I went back to California, and actually, in the middle of that, this guy Caleb, who doesn't live here anymore, he's dead.
Oh, rip.
No, he lives in Idaho or something, or Iowa somewhere. Sorry, Caleb.
Still rip.
Yeah. And
he's dead to you. No, I'm kidding.
he was putting together a benefit show for high school, and I guess he was a fan of ours, and he like reached out and asked if we'd play it. And I called Matt, and I called Jake, and I was like, let's do it.
Get the band back together.
We're getting the band back together, and Matt was like, no. So I was like, Manny!
Yo, Manny, it's been a time. All
Yeah,
right.
and then Manny was like, yes. So I flew out, and like 2 days early, and we had like a band meeting, and we're like, hey, and then we had like a falling out, and like I know we were like seeing other people and everything, and we got to put that behind us because like we weren't together at the time, so we can't let it bother us, and we just won't talk to those other people anymore and make sure everything's okay. And then we kissed and
Made up.
Yeah, we kissed and made up and practiced.
Was this on the cruise or after the cruise?
Oh, this was outside of the cruise.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that kind of money.
All right.
So that's why I go to timeshare seminars and get the free cruise things, and then tell them I'm not going to buy their timeshare and piss them off, and then go drink on their money and eat on their money on their cruise that they gave me. When they just got to accept that sometimes you just not ready to do it yet, and you have to say no, and then they're all just horned up and angry and then,
lubed and everything.
Then I'm on a cruise.
You just damn, not to completion.
Yep. So we practiced, and we played our first show in like 2 years, and we were the headlining band, and it was really good. There's videos on YouTube.
All right.
It was really fun, and there was a bunch of like high school kids there, like pitting, and this like weird like Keith Moon looking kid with like longish hair and like a funny nose. It looked like he'd have like a weird mustache when he got older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun to whenever there's kids at our shows, especially if we have a teddy bear that we're decapitating, and just watch them just go crazy over it and like the fluff and everything like that.
And that kid would later grow up to be Hunter, our current drummer.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like running around in his diaper in the pit.
Oh my goodness.
It was pretty funny.
You've known him since he was a child.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. So
you're old. I'm gonna keep saying it.
I know. So yeah, we played the show and it was really good, and then I moved back to California and we play a couple more shows, and then Manny gets the hammer dropped on him again, and he quits, and then Jake was going to Musicians Institute, and he's like, I can't be in a band anymore, I'm going to Musicians Institute. And I was like, that makes sense. And so
always does.
I'm just like,
that's funny.
I'm like, well, here I am again by myself. So I was like, hey, there was like that kid there in his diaper that really liked my band. Let me like find his mom on Facebook and
see if you can.
Yeah. So I found Hunter and his like 15-year-old self or whatever, and I was like, hey, I'm like 23 years old.
Jesus Christ!
Like you want to like hang out?
That's.
I could pick you up in my car and we could play music. Yeah. Hey, kid. And
Yeah, this close line to you, right, kid? All right.
yeah, schools are lying. Older men are perfect. And so
You brought candy.
yeah, and I thought Hunter was a bass or a guitarist or a bass player or something. I didn't like know at the time he was a drummer. And then Colton, I thought he was whatever. I don't remember, but like I recruited these children to play music, and Manny was gonna be the drummer for a bit. We wrote like 2 songs, and then how did this part happen? Hunter was a No Advisory fan, and then the same thing that happened with Matt happened, and he's like, "Well, why don't we just start the band?" So we it was Hunter and me, and then Jake, and we started playing because Jake finished school or whatever. And then Hunter's like, I have a friend named Zach. He plays guitar, and I was like, I don't know this guy. I don't know if I want this guy in the band. And he was really good, and probably one of the best guitarists we've ever had. And then he quit. He lives in Michigan now.
Is
And
that where he is?
yeah, sure,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
that's when we met almost. Was that incarnation was you, Zach, and
Mm-hmm.
Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was basically it.
And that's when we recorded Better Late Than Never.
Yeah. That was.
Do you have a copy of it?
I don't think I do now.
Good.
I have the somewhere. I have the one after that. The one everybody's stupid. Yeah, I
Yeah.
listened to that one like 100,000 times.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. I was a fan. It was very weird because it's just like, oh man, I love these guys, and then we'd play a show together. It's like, man, it's so fucking weird that I'm like singing their songs and I'm seeing them. I'm friends with them. It's like,
Yeah.
so it was that weird
It's cool.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met at the Rock and Roll Pizza,
Yes. Oh.
2016.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Good.
I don't know. You could drive by it. It's an empty lot.
Good.
It's literally gone forever.
Good.
It's so weird because I watched it close, and then I watched it reopen as a used car lot, and I'm like, wow. And then I would like drive by it, and I'm like, great, I'm gonna be one of those old people saying to my kids, I used to play there. That's a used car lot. And then I'm like,
now it's a dirt lot.
It's a dirt lot, and I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, shit.
They're like, you're crazy, Dad.
Yeah. No, I used to play there. It was a tin can. I got kicked off.
I want to go sit in that empty lot and play my music really loud.
For the old lady across the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They let the Foo Fighters play there as loud as they want, but when No Advisory comes and plays, then they shut us down and tell us to leave.
Yeah. Was that the only time you guys ever gotten kicked off a...
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
Oh, God, no.
For being too loud, though.
Yes.
Okay, so...
We played at Rock City before it became...
Music Freaks.
Yeah. And it was different owners, and we filled a bunch of balloons with condoms and confetti. And at the end of our set, we popped them, and there was confetti and condoms everywhere. But everyone loved us, and the owners were like, "Hey, listen, you guys did a great show. You had a lot of people. Everyone really liked you, but you can't come back."
Because of that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
And I remember driving in my car, actually down this road, that way, and
118.
Yeah, and we were like 5 of us in my car, and we bought dollar store condoms. What is the dollar store today? And we all were sitting in there blowing them up. So we all had like really soft lips from the lube.
From the lube.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. We smelled like berries and latex. And yeah, and then we had regular balloons that we blew up and then put the non-blown up condoms in there.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was doing this off camera, so I realized I should do it.
Do it on camera. Yeah, on camera.
Yeah.
See, you can have frame reference so you can see that you're... There you go.
There's a delay, and it's super weird.
It's fun.
Oh.
That's funny, because me and my bass player one time...
My bass player and I?
I don't believe in English. My bass player and I, we, for some reason, we just like... Because he was dating some chick, and Hannah was all like, oh, you need to make sure you get the right condoms, and yada, yada, yada. And he was still a good old virgin back then. And so, like, we went to the store and, like, we bought condoms, and then we started, like, just filling it with, like, mayonnaise and eggs and, like, blowing them up and then, like, throwing them up and down my street. It was the dumbest shit we ever did, but it was the funniest fucking thing. There used to be a video of it.
Did you buy the extra snugs?
I don't...
You're like, you need to buy the right condoms. Extra snugs right here.
But yeah, no, that's a fun little memory pop for me at least. But,
That is pretty good.
yeah.
Like, and then if you want to make your own extra snugs, you get a soda bottle, and then you have the little like rubber thing in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like it's like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
You get the middle out, and you get that ring, and then you cut the ends off gloves, and then you put those on the end, and then those makes the extra snug.
We're gonna have to, me and Jack or Sparky, however you wish to call him that, have to do that one day.
Yeah, and then yeah, depending on how extra snug you need, if you're more of a pinky guy, there you go. If
There you
you're
go.
if you're like Mr. Cheese Wheel, then use the thumb. You know.
I'm a thumb guy. Oh,
Yeah, and then you work your way up if you can. You hang a weight from your penis.
there you
and
go.
It stretches. Jelking. I will not tell that story
Okay.
because it involves somebody.
All right, that's fine.
But jelking is a technique.
This is a very interesting sideline that
I
we've
don't know
gone
if I
into.
should take the road.
I don't think you should.
Maybe we should continue.
All right.
If that person's watching, they're like sweating right now. They're like, don't tell the jelking story. Don't drop my name, please. I could get money from this.
You could.
Anyway, so
Anyway, so you got kicked out of that
Mhm.
place.
yeah, we recorded our album. We played at the Whiskey with the Bastards. We got a publicist from Arizona, and they flew out and took a bunch of photos of us and videos,
Wow.
and it was really cool. And then we recorded our second album, Everyone is Stupid, and that's when we met you guys.
Yeah,
And then you guys played our album release
we did.
on Election Day,
Yes,
2016.
2016.
Yes.
Yes, that was the old Trumper,
Mm-hmm.
Trump and Hillary.
Yeah, the Clinter and the Trumper.
Yep.
Yep.
I knew he was going to win. I did not side with his politics, but I said it early in the morning. Like, when do we find out that Trump won? And everyone literally was like, Jacob, you're fucking crazy. Like, the whole entire time, I'm like, he's going to win, right? You know that. You all know that he's going to win. No one would listen to me. And then he won. I'm like,
Well, look who's
who's
laughing
laughing
now.
now? Ha ha ha. I'm an idiot for not voting. Whatever. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just give you a sticker.
Right. Pretty
Your
much.
vote doesn't matter anyway.
Thank you. Oh,
Learn that,
Someone's-
children. To my future children watching this, your vote doesn't matter. The schools don't care.
no one fucking cares.
Don't drink at parties.
Unless you like burn down a
Don't do
government.
drugs.
Right, yeah.
Listen to your mother. She's going to get angry and scary if you don't.
Eat your vegetables. Lose weight.
Yeah.
Best way.
Or gain weight.
Or gain weight
Yeah.
if you eat the vegetables wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but you can do it. Well, deep fry them.
No boyfriends or girlfriends. You need these.
Masturbation only.
Yes. A helping hand.
But yeah, so we met in 2016. That's so long ago.
It's almost 10 years ago.
I know, that's what I was thinking. And we had barely just started as a band at that point because we started in 2015.
Yeah, you
Cusp of 2015.
just got out of your diapers.
Pretty much. We had just all graduated, minus Hannah because she's the eldest of us all.
Isn't she closer to my age?
Yep.
Really?
Oh yeah, I call her grandma all the time because it's funny to me, and I'm an asshole. So yeah, that's fair.
See, Scorpios.
But I've always, I try to be funny. But yeah, no, she's the grandma of the group, and everyone thought she would be she's the youngest. Like everyone would be like, oh, so she's under 21. We're like, no, she's actually the oldest. Like, no, that's not. And then point to Jack all the time. They always thought Jack was like the oldest out of all of us. We're like, no, he's the youngest. He was the last one to turn 21 in the band. But now he's not the youngest anymore. Sydney is
How old's Sydney?
22.
What?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah. She's now the baby of the group.
Good lord.
Yeah,
See, you gotta.
and then Austin and I are just a month apart. Yeah, crazy.
Weird.
Yep. If my parents had fucked just a month earlier,
They could have, but they didn't.
no, they did not.
Let's bring your dad in and talk to him about this.
He doesn't even know where he is. No,
Somewhere.
he's somewhere. All right.
Yeah.
So-
Everyone is Stupid. We released that.
Love that album.
Thank you.
Yeah, My favorite song is "State of Connecticut," though. Like
Is that why you put it in the
yeah.
trailer for
I
this?
just love the little like the ska part of it, and then like of course Hunter's drums. I've always been like a fan of Hunter, like secretly, just been watching him, being like, I am not going to be anywhere near him. Just always been in the back of my head.
Just
But
think,
that goes for most drummers in the local scene for me. It's just like I'm not going to ever get to that.
he can't play a drum fill that I wrote.
And that's well the way you want it.
The right way.
Okay,
Yeah.
the right way
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. I'll teach it to you.
I'm trying to defend him. No.
Don't do that. So yeah, release that. Zach leaves. And then we got signed to this label. I won't drop their name for legal reasons, probably, and other things. They're not a label anymore, anyway. Doesn't matter.
I think I know that.
Yes.
I think I kind of because like I remember you guys doing a house show. I'm having a stroke. A house show, and I think you guys had just like mentioned how the label had dropped you or something like that, or
You're getting ahead.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it would maybe be that, but never mind.
We left that label.
Okay.
It was a whole thing. That's a whole another Tales from Music's past that didn't need to be written. So yeah, we got on this label. We went and played like the party thing in Colorado Springs, and we had our friend Tom fill in on guitar. This is on YouTube as well. The whole like thing for that. It's really cool. But yeah, like the label was like, "Woo, we're gonna do this big epic release show," and then they're like, "We're not gonna be a label anymore." And we're like, "Well, we already have the show booked. Let's drive 16 hours to Colorado Springs and play a show."
That's fair.
So we rented a car and spent too much money and drove up there. It was a really cool experience. And then we got back, and then we booked our first tour in June of 2016. And Mike, our current guitarist, joined the band, and we went on tour, and a whole bunch of cool stories from that. And then we get back, and then Zach's like, "I'm gonna be in the band again," and then miscommunications in the band. Someone ended up kicking Mike out of the band before we could discuss things, and then there was some bad blood, and Zach came back for like 2 weeks, and he's like, "I don't want to be in the band anymore."
Oh my god!
And we're like, "Oh, this is awkward." So,
damn,
yeah,
you guys just kind of like the the Deep Purple story, Richie Blackmore, how he wanted to first name it Roundabout, and he wanted a circular of musicians kind of like coming in
rotating,
and rotating, have him be in the middle of it. That's what it sounds like. It just sounds like you guys just keep English Roundabout.
Yep, like the neighborhood bike.
Little music fact.
Yes. So
that no one knows except for me.
And me.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And now you.
Unfortunately, now everyone else, all 8 of my viewers.
Mm-hmm. And so Tom joined. It was Tom, Jake, me, and Hunter, and we played a bunch of cool shows again. And we played at Borderline and all this cool stuff. And then Jake was gonna leave. Jake left. Hold on. Jake left. It was me, Tom, and Hunter. And then we asked Jordan to join. And Jordan joined. And then Jake wanted to come back. And we kicked Tom out. and then we went on the best tour we ever went on in 2019. And we went like up the coast and then across. I went to Yellowstone and then went to like Vegas and got our name on like a big like marquee.
The Double Down Saloon. Yes, because we played there literally a few days before the pandemic hit.
Hell yeah.
And Austin was sick with COVID.
And you guys didn't even know?
We didn't know, and we didn't get sick. It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, we all traveled in the same car because they were going to bring drums there, so I didn't have to bring my drums. I only had to bring a few things. And unfortunately, that was a train wreck. The one band dropped on that show, and then they got someone else, and the band that they got, he completely, like, he forgot his floor tom legs and his bass drum legs, and he was trying to figure out how to, And he lived like 30 minutes away from the bar. And we're like, why don't you just go back home because you still have time? And it was just like this huge debate. He kept forgetting my name, and I'm like, dude, we met. I'm the other drummer. It's not that hard of a name. Jacob is one of the most common names you could ever think of.
Yeah, you have your own ladder.
Yeah. I misplaced that
Mm.
long time ago. I don't think I've ever seen that movie either.
It's a
It's
toy.
a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a movie too. But yeah, it's a little
Oh, it's a toy.
thing when you like flip the top square and then it goes.
Oh,
And you flip it again.
that's what that is?
Pretty sure. There's something similar. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Is that right, Grandpa? Anyway, so yeah, no, we drove all the way out there, stayed in the same hotel room for like 3 or 4 days. He was sick as a dog. I think Hannah kind of got sick, but I think she was already sick before that because I think they were living together at the time. But yeah, and then we came back, and then
Again, to my future children, COVID was a lie.
yeah, because like it was after the once like a lot of testing started happening, and then he was able to go back to Music Freaks, or he went to a doctor and they tested him, and they were like, oh yeah, it looks like you have the antibodies or something like that. And he's like, really? He's like, yes. And they're like, still a little bit, but there must be like a year or so. And we're like, And so we kind of like timed it. He's like, well, the only time I was sick was before that show. And he felt like shit.
COVID's just like taxes. You get it once a year.
Right? Yeah. I've gotten it, I think, twice now, maybe once. Yeah.
That's 3.
3? Yeah. Shot or no shot? Did you get a vaccine or?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
All right.
Needles scare me.
I got mine mainly because my dad's old and he has he's an old person. He's had many surgeries, so kind of like a immune compromised type of thing. So I'm like, I'll do it, just to do it, and then like this growth.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, no, but I've heard the horror stories. But anyways, we're not gonna continue off this
Really quick,
conspiracy theory.
did you catch my joke? And I was like, no, needles scare me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Yeah.
No, I didn't catch
I
it.
just can't do needles, you know.
No,
Uh-uh.
me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're musicians, of course we do heroin.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And it is Ventura County.
It is Ventura County. This is, and we're in Crap Room, Moore Park.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Actually, technically not Moore Park.
It's county, huh?
Yep. How'd you know that?
I know a lot of things.
You're the first person I've ever heard actually say that to me.
Really?
I've said that to so many people, like, oh yeah, I live in Moore Park, but not technically. And they're like, what do you mean? Then I explain the whole, we're in Moore Park, but they don't consider this Moore Park.
City. It's like Moore Park in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I've had experiences with that stuff.
You're fucking smart.
Big brain.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I never should have gotten that shot. No. Should have talked to you instead of a stupid doctor. No.
Well, I mean, my last name is Dr. Oss.
Oh, that's a good point.
It is.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Get you a TV show. Compete with the other guy.
Yeah, Dr. Oz and then Dr. Oss.
Right.
That'd be way cooler. I wouldn't scare people.
No.
I hate that dude's show. I just want to touch on this. I know it's like not related at all, but he's like, do you ever eat peaches? Figure out how they could kill you. Tune in today at 7. And then people like freak out. And then like you watch it and they're like, yeah, if you eat the pit, it could get stuck in your throat and you die. And you're like,
well, yeah, that's literally, yeah. I used to have a joke about that with the news. With like, that's literally the same thing. It's just like the news would be like, oh, family dead at 5. And then you find out and it's just like, well, that was either horrifying or nothing. Like it never happens. Like I remember that one time I was like, there was advertisement for the news. They were like saying something about a family dying over a disease and they needed to go over it and they never went over it. And I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Are they're like, do you drink water every day? Tune in at 5 and figure out how water could kill you. And then you turn it on. They're like, if you're in like any American school and drinking water, you could get shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, it's not the water. Oh, got it.
It was the guy holding the water. No,
that was a joke in poor taste. Very poor taste.
You know what? You shoot your shot and you went there. Hey.
Yep. Sometimes you just kill it doing jokes.
You know, I do have actually a question in the middle of all of this. Because I know you did comedy. You did stand-up.
For like 5 years, yeah.
5 years. Uh-huh. Was this during like the breakups, or was this during like in just like here and there, or like Where did you start doing like?
I think it was 2009 or 2010 when I
Okay,
started, and then it went to like 2015 or 16.
all right, and then you haven't done it since, or
Nope.
no?
I remember my last show. I was like, okay, if this show goes well, I'm gonna keep going, and if it
If,
doesn't go well,
if you
I'm gonna
bomb or
stop. And I was like, all right, I'm done.
dang, wow! But you did it for 5 years,
Hmm.
and this was like during no advisory, like
It
you
was
guys were
during like the
playing,
break and the band and all
and
that.
then so you'd just mix it in.
Hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
That's actually how I got started when we are doing that open mic night at Yankee Doodles. Um, there was like a guy doing comedy, and I was like, that guy's not funny. I could do much better than that,
That's
and I did.
every start. No, that's hey. All right. Do you
And
remember any of your jokes?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
hmm
You're not gonna say them here.
nope.
Off camera.
No, I can't do them unless I'm on a stage.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm a very like physical. Like I need like crowd. Like
Well, yeah, of course.
comedy.
That's yeah. It's hard to do comedy without a crowd.
Yeah.
No one understands that part of it.
Mm-mm.
That's the one thing that music and comedy differs in art.
It's like when you're like driving in your car and like the person in your passenger seat's like, "Hey, you should sing this song for me," and you're like, "It's not this. It's not the same."
What were you looking at over there? Huh. Oh, hi, Dad. No.
Put your pants on, sir.
Oh, yeah, sir.
It's my first time in this house.
That's for the.
Oh, you're looking
guest.
for this?
All right. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I did comedy, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I like that and see me, and then my friend told me about this place in Van Nuys, and I went and I did comedy there for like a month, and then this guy came up to me, he's like, "Hey, I book comedy shows in North Hollywood, and I think you're like okay enough to come perform on one of my shows." And I was
Wow.
like, "Okay," and so I'd perform there like 2 to 3 times a month, and I told this really good joke about my ex-girlfriend, and the bartender was like really ditzy, and the ending of my joke sounds like really sad, and she thought it was true and real, and then she gave me like
Oh.
3 free drinks because she felt bad for me.
Dang.
It was really
That's
funny.
good though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, that's cool.
yeah.
Wow.
It was really funny because like everyone else got it. It's like very solemn, like like this is really dark, and then
Yeah.
this was really
Oh
funny.
man, I
After
love dark
that,
humor.
it goes from sounding like I was about to kill myself to not.
To not.
Yeah,
That's
I
interesting.
paint it that way, and then it's just me like being like happy and everything. But yeah, she's like, I think she. So now, like every time I went there afterwards, she like looked at me like she wanted to like slide me a suicide hotline card.
Dang.
And
That's what we have here in America. Suicide hotline.
mhm.
According to my dad, they're just voicemails. That's what he told me.
It's
He's
like you
all
call, they're like, "Hello," and you're like, "Hey, yeah, I'm just feeling really down." And it's like, "I'm sorry to hear about that."
yeah, that's what he told me one time. He's all, yeah, their voicemails. I called it once, and he was having like a hard time, and it just went straight to a voicemail or like some kind of like little fucking thing, and he never like he yelled at the voicemail and hung up, and then like 2 hours later, after he had relaxed and like calmed down, hung out with a friend or something like that, they finally called him back, and they were like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "That's a little late."
Yeah, I could have been dead like 3 times
Exactly.
over by now.
Yeah, which kind of made me have the other thought the other day because I was driving on this bridge in Moore Park, and there's the signs all over about how, because apparently that's the most popular bridge to jump off of. And I was like, why is it in the American system we can afford signs? Are those cheaper than the nets for like Japan? You know what I mean? Like,
You know what the other funny thing is? They have the suicide hotlines like by train tracks and like on bridges,
yeah.
but like they don't think that they put like tobacco can cause lung cancer, and people are like, I'm still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
The dude walking on the bridge isn't gonna be like,
So that's the formula that could have solved
I
my
shouldn't
problems.
jump off this bridge because there's a hotline I can call.
But
Silly brain.
I think we should just fund nets, just like how they have those at the Samsung or Apple branches of when they're making phones. You know how they have those? I was like, why do they can afford nets? Why don't we have nets?
Better solution. No
A
nets.
sign.
No nets. At the bottom of every bridge, paint a big target.
Hey!
And then you might be able to go out a winner.
There we go. Or trampoline.
No, just a concrete with a big target.
Oh, okay, even better. There we
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna get the bullseye.
And then once every 2 weeks, you pay somebody with a pressure washer
And
to
just-
get rid of the bones and flesh.
You're creating jobs.
I am.
Damn,
I'm
I'm
creating-
voting for you.
I'm creating jobs. I'm saving the public money, and I'm giving solutions to people's life problems.
Wow. And we just lost half our viewers for making any of these jokes.
And then you could put a webcam. You could,
Advertise it.
and then you could bet on who's going to hit where on the target. And then whatever, if you don't win your bet, your money goes to that family to help pay for the funeral.
We just can't hold ourselves. How does that feel? No, I'm kidding.
On the description, you can be like, we talk gay cruises, suicide, and pedophilia.
There we go. Jumble them all in.
So
yeah, 5 years of doing comedy. That's crazy.
yeah,
And you met Christopher Titus. You
Multiple
told me-
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiple times. Wow. What was that like?
it was awesome.
I was a small fan of his. Like when I was in middle school, I like that obviously like Jeff Dunham and unfortunately Carlos Mencia was like the three that I first ever like really listened to.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, these guys are great. And then like later on, I stopped really listening to Carlin. High school, or not Carlin, but all those three. And then high school, I like found George Carlin in on Netflix. And then that's like I just watched all of his shit.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, I used to know it all off the top of my head. I used to recite it. I used to go to school and just like say it to people, and people were like, "Oh, that's funny. You come up with that." I'm like, "No, some greater man than me." And then
I'm Carlos Menciaing this for you.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing until my friend Jose. He's like, "Oh, what do you think of Carlos Mencia?" I'm like, "Oh, he's pretty good." He's like, "You shouldn't like him." I'm like, "What?"
Mm.
And he showed me the YouTube videos. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then I looked more into it. I'm like, "Oh, comedy stealing. That's kind of
Whoops.
joke theft is bullshit. You know, you should really never do that. You know, it's the same thing as stealing music,
Yeah.
right?"
Yep.
But yeah, no, that's and then it wasn't until a few years, like 3 or 4 years ago, I have done my stand-up small stint.
Are you still doing it?
Here and there, not as much. I only did it like on the very much side. That was like my side band. How other drummers have like other bands, I
Hunter.
decided to go. Yeah, Hunter. He's in like 300 of them, I think. 305.
No, not anymore.
Actually, in this conversation, he just added one more band.
Probably.
That's
He
amazing.
quit 2, but joined 3 more.
My guitarist has that problem too.
Oops.
Yeah, he has like 15 bands that he's in.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I'm more like I'm one band. I just
Yeah.
need one band, and then I started doing stand up. But
There you go. Yeah, so stand up, and then our tour, and it was fun, and then it was Hunter, Jordan, Jake, and me, and then Jake met the love of his life and moved up to Oregon, and
where
that was before that tour. But yeah, then gonna get married, so he got out of the music thing, and we got Mike back, and then at like the height of COVID ish, we were like finishing writing, and then I got COVID, and then I wrote a bunch of music in my apartment and finished like 3 songs in 3 weeks and demoed them, and then flew out to California, and we recorded and finished our 3rd album, Almost Made It. And I've been Quentin Tarantinoing this whole time because we almost got on that festival, and we like almost got on that comp, and like all this stuff, and so we called the album Almost Made It, and it's probably our best album,
All right.
I think.
I'll have to. It's out now, right? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
It's been out since 2021.
That's. Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I'm a terrible person.
It's okay, Scorpios.
I just listened to the one. Yeah. Thank you.
You should listen to it.
No, I need to listen to it. Yeah.
You should.
I've made a playlist. It's pretty much public on Spotify called The Locals, and so I have a lot of local bands on this Spotify playlist. I'm probably going to share it on the page, and so I have 3 of your guys' songs, but it's from the older album, the one
You
that
should put the good stuff out there.
definitely. I'm definitely will add more, but I basically did 3 for everyone. But I mainly started that playlist years ago when I was a Lyft driver. and I wanted to play music, and I was all like playing all the shit that I listened to, posters, like, all those guys. And I'm like, what if I did something different? Like, I just played local bands from my area, so I made that playlist, and that was like years ago. So
I think I remember you talking about that.
yeah.
And no, you've seen us play that we the show
Well,
we
yeah, you guys, yeah, we opened, or
yeah
yeah, we kind of opened, yeah, we
Mhm.
opened for you. That's right.
Mhm.
Duh.
And got on Good Mythical Morning.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that show all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a good small point that I was watching that show, and then I kind of stopped. I don't go on YouTube that often.
After the episode that our crowd made it onto, you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
The show peaked.
yeah,
It
that
can't
was
get better
it.
than this.
I'm done.
I couldn't believe we got
I
on
can
there.
see my fat self right there.
Formerly fat self.
Formerly fat self.
Yes.
240 something pounds.
Heroin.
Dude, heroin and cocaine
Just
is
like we
how I
talked
do
about.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that, and then we toured the U.S. again, and went to this place in South Dakota, and I liked it, and that's where I moved, and that's where I live now. And um, we're writing our next album. I don't know what happened to that. We have some stuff written, and I don't get to play music out there very much.
Mm.
So then I made my own band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who's in it?
Who's in it?
Me.
Hunter? Are you? Okay.
Yes.
Master. Yourself.
Yeah, it's just me playing with myself.
Damn.
Yes. I brought you some stickers.
But hey, wow, Almost Dave. I've heard of this, I believe.
Yes. You should also put that on your playlist.
I will.
It has my face on it.
And it does have your face on it.
It's probably one of the best pictures ever taken. And the problem is when people see that sticker, they think I'm really good looking, and then they meet me in person.
And you're actually ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Almost your teeth scream Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes.
There we go. How about that? That works.
Yeah, not even worthy to be stuck on it. We'll just put them right there.
I'll find a place. Probably right here covering those bands. Then again, I don't want to cover the dickogram.
It's fine.
It's a circle with a bunch of dicks that look like a pentagram.
I do look really good there. I wish I looked like that all the time. That's depressing.
Just keep that photo with you and maybe blow it up, and then just
Wear it.
wear it.
I should go to a plastic surgeon and be like, "Can you make me look like that guy?"
Can you?
And they'll be like, "That's you." No, it's not.
No, it's not some other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
So that's not it's not very punk rock. There's a lot of like synths and keyboards and
Something different.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, I just recorded everything myself.
There you go. Wow. Is any stuff on Spotify or like any
Oh, yeah.
music? Yeah, music's out. And
I
everything.
see you keep up to date with all my posts. And I've been-
Honestly, Facebook definitely hides some shit. So it's just like I saw those, and I think because I was following the music tales so much that it just would let me naturally see it.
Probably.
But I haven't seen like any other posts from you, which my bass player has mentioned to me. I'm like, oh, did you read any of this? And he's all like, oh no, I didn't even know that was happening. And I'm like, Yeah, Facebook does a very limited.
They don't like me
share.
because I say bad things sometimes.
I say bad things all the time too.
Yeah.
I've gotten flagged so many times over old posts from old memes I shared. And then I reshare them, and then they don't. It goes right by them, and then like another 3 years will pass. I'll probably see it again.
When we're not filming, I'm going to tell you something I posted a long time ago and made a very poor taste joke about, and I deleted it off my Facebook for other reasons. And then I know that if I still had it on there today, I'd be flagged for
Definitely.
sure.
Well, yeah,
Very
definitely
bad.
now. Yeah,
It was really bad, but it was funny at the time.
of course.
Really funny.
But-
It's still funny. But I'd be shunned for it, for how funny it is. So yeah, so we're writing a next album, and I have
That going.
Almost
So
Dave.
that's your little second gig, pretty much, or is that going to be your main focus?
it's like a little side thing.
side thing. Yeah.
So I can write whenever I want, and it's scary because when you're in a band and like a song sucks, you can blame it on somebody else when they're not around.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it sucks, it's it's my fault.
It's your fault. Yeah, it's all you.
Yeah.
It's all your fault, David.
Mm-hmm.
David's all your fault.
Yep.
I want you to look at me. I want you to know it's all your fault.
It is.
everything.
It really is.
Yeah.
But it seems like the world tells me everything's always my fault.
So how many record labels did you guys like almost go on and then like it just like failed? Like,
Oh
is
yeah,
it
there was another one called like Cannonball Records from, I think it was from Sweden or like Denmark or something. But yeah, this guy legit flew out from whatever country it was to watch us play.
really?
Yeah, and was like gonna sign us and all this stuff. And then he like never ran a record label in his life, but he had like a lot of money and like built like a website and he was like printing merch and like all this stuff. And then gone.
Gone.
Mhm.
Just like that.
Yep. So that was the second one. So another almost, which is where I get my nickname.
Almost Dave.
Yep.
Almost no advisory. No.
Yep.
Almost Dave. Wow. So many record label just
Yep.
either just went down or were like, oh, sorry, see
Yep.
ya, and went away.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep.
At least you guys gotten to tour. We haven't even done that yet. We
Oh, yeah.
haven't even. Our only like tour type thing was like a couple shows in Apple Valley and then the one show in Vegas. But that was like one show.
Yeah, like like you realize once you get like signed, you don't really make a lot of money. So like you kind of make more money doing it DIY. Like the last two tours we did, the first big tour we did, we didn't make any money. The second one, we got we like broke even, and then the last tour we did, we actually like made a little bit of money back, which is nice.
So the DIY obviously is probably much more fun.
You control your own fate, but it's more work. I just scratched my neck and hit the microphone, so there's probably like a noise.
Good job. Yep, you just
Yeah.
ruined the whole show. Lost
Yeah,
69 viewers
we're gonna have to stop it and then start over again.
from the beginning.
Yeah,
We'll just keep this going.
Yeah.
We'll just keep talking the same thing.
word from our sponsor, the
Masturbation
do-it-yourself
kit.
Masturbation kit. Oh, what's these? Coca-Colas? Oh, class of 2014. Yeah,
You're so old now.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that we were just a year and then you had us open for you for that album and then like basically known each other since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a video of your butt crack.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's
Another one of my former fat self.
we were playing at the garage in Ventura, and I was like filming something, and you were like bending over, and your like butt is sticking out, and I'm like zooming in on it, and then like Jordan's standing there and looks really confused because he doesn't know what I'm looking at, and it was your butt.
You just have that.
I do.
Oh man, OnlyFans. You should just put that on OnlyFans. Make some
Only
money.
crack.
Only crack.
Yeah,
Only crack.
yeah.
So you mentioned that you did drum lessons. Did you do bass lessons as
For
well?
like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's
Maybe,
it.
maybe a month at most, but I think it was like 2 weeks.
So mainly self-taught.
Yeah, because I took guitar lessons for a while, and then I played bass, and I was like, I've mastered the bass. Master basser. I did not. So yeah, everything that I've written is self-taught on the bass, except for like the 2 to 4 weeks of lessons that I took, which is only 4 lessons if I did 4 weeks.
Right.
So
That's all right. And what was do you have your dream rig now, or do you have like an idea of one?
I used to want like one of the big Ampegs, but I think what I use now I'm happy with. Like I used to think that like bigger was better,
Mm-hmm.
and
What do you
depending,
have now?
I have an SWR 4-speaker cab with a Ashdown Mag 300 head, and then I also have an Ashdown single speaker cab, and Ashdown's probably one of the like best because that's what they use over at like Music Freaks
Mm-hmm.
at the whatever room they call it now.
The
Like,
bright room.
the Bright Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that Ashdown. And it's like Ashdown is like really underrated.
Yeah.
Really, like good sound. Like it has a good sound for me.
Jack had one too. Well, the head, the SVT, I think it was called.
Mhm.
It was like 90 pounds or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But now he has what's it called? Black or dark matter. It's like literally this big and has micro tubes.
Yeah.
It literally just fits in your pocket. I can't think of the name. Dark
Yeah.
Horse or some shit like that. It's a metal
Thing.
Swedish one, and it's
Oh, of
just
course it
like
is.
yeah, the Swedes.
Yes.
Gotta like the Swedes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, anyways, what kind of bass guitar do you have? This is for the viewers at home. I imagine they might want to know what you're playing.
Probably not. I have my first bass, which was a Fender Squier precision bass, but it was a limited edition, and I loved it. So I switched the pickups out and put in the Seymour Duncan SPB threes, so it has a really good sound. It was like a $600 bass, but it it's been across the country multiple times, multiple shows, dropped, wet, dry.
That's your baby.
Yeah. And then I have a it's like when you get like a new kid, you forget things about them. Like I have a Yamaha. I can't remember what model it is. It's like escaping me, but I love that one. It's great. I got that. I have an Ibanez something back in South Dakota. It's pink and black. I have a Schecter Diamond Series P bass. It's also black and white, and it's like the equivalent of like an actual like Fender precision bass. But Schecter makes really good basses, and it's amazing. It sounds really really good. Um, I have like a little mini acoustic bass. I have some like Chinese bass that I bought for like $80, and the nut breaks all the time, so I'd have to
Nice.
like replace the neck and everything and the head because it's the way the head is. Yeah, that's about it.
That's what you have.
Yeah,
What is the craziest show you've ever played? Like, what was the biggest like holy shit? Like you came out of that kind of like that was fucking crazy.
there's a lot.
There is,
The first ones that
I
come to
imagine.
the first ones that come to mind are a show we played in San Diego, where the pit was so big in the house that some guy got his nose broken,
Hmm.
and he sprayed blood up on the ceiling
Oh wow.
from his nose, and he like came up and was like so happy. He was like, "Yeah, you guys' show was so great. I broke my nose," and I was
What?
like, "What?" And then I got the
That's
norovirus and thought I was gonna die and had diarrhea for like 6 hours. Um, Another really good
that's always
one.
good.
Yeah,
That helps you lose weight, diarrhea.
it did. Yeah, and good abs too,
Yeah.
because I was puking too.
Mmm.
Yes.
Sounds like
Um,
food poisoning. Yeah.
it was a norovirus. Too much poop particles in the Chipotle I ate, and then there was one where we found two dudes fucking behind a dumpster after one
Nice.
of our shows, and
They were on that cruise ship.
yeah, well, yeah,
Plugging it in from earlier. All right.
yeah, yeah. Good plug.
Thank you.
Um, there. So, but I think did you guys play did you guys play the Borderline benefit show?
No, we did our own show that we were trying to do, and then we got kicked off.
Oh yeah, should have played
Yeah,
mine.
at Azars.
Yes,
Yeah,
should have played mine.
should have.
But you didn't.
No.
No, you didn't play at all.
No, no. I don't even think we were asked or anything like that. No,
I feel like you guys were busy
may have been.
because like you guys were always one of the first bands I asked,
Yeah,
and I like ended up having to ask people I wouldn't normally ask.
which that brings up like a kind of funny point because when we first started and we were like trying to find bands, we met you guys. We knew the Rays because they had played at Red Balls Rock and Roll Pizza, but we didn't really like talk to them that much. They would show up every so often, so
Yeah,
like, they existed near us. But pretty much mostly all punk bands were like the first shows that we played were punk shows, and we're like the only metal band on the bill and stuff like that. It was like very odd.
disrupted you from the best metal band in Simi.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Only metal band in
Only
Simi.
metal band. See me. Yeah. But yeah, that was like one of the things we've always thought about. It's like it's crazy how we're like all the first few we're just like we're friends with all these punk guys. We haven't even heard a lick from the metal scene, and then finally we got a little bit more into the metal scene out here, which has withered away a lot, but also brought back and then withered away. But yeah, it
Yeah,
comes in waves
it
out
does.
here. But in any case, yeah. So, fuck. What were we talking? What were you talking about? What were you saying?
What were we talking about?
Craziest shows.
Oh yes. Yeah, that Borderline benefit show. That was cool because it was on TV
Hmm.
and people there were like singing our songs without us singing them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that even existed. Yeah. We did our little show, and it just like we got to the third song, they kicked us off, which was honestly, from what I understand, was like Austin was trying to put the show together because he knew one of the security guys.
Mm.
And we knew him because he was there every time we played our Wednesdays at Azars
Yeah.
for 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we played 3 hour shows at Azars, something I do not recommend for any new band to do.
Or any band in general.
And pretty much, unless you really have the material or you're doing stadium shows.
Bruce Springsteen.
But it was good for us for just practice, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we had a few people there. People enjoyed watching us, you know, the few people that showed up. But
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
yeah, right?
Family and friends.
Exactly. That's what you have to think. But yeah.
Buy water.
We were trying to desperately do that show, and then all of a sudden we got kicked off, and we were like, what the fuck? This was... And then I think they played... Each band played like Sublime like 300 times. Like each band kept playing their own Santa Maria? Santeria. We heard that the whole entire night, if I remember correctly. Just like each band, just their version of it. Just like, oh my god, that's weird. I can't... You guys changed the set. If the other band played it, stop playing it.
Right? Good lord.
It's like that John Mulaney bit about In It Usual or something like that. How he had that playing in the jukebox and then he changed it to the other one. Yeah.
What's New Pussycat?
Yeah, it's New Pussycat. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that was a crazy show.
Yes.
Borderline.
Yes.
Keep getting sidetracked.
Yes. I think I'll say that one is the official one because it was so cool that people were like singing our songs.
The one show for us at least was this dude basically... The pit was going crazy. It was at the tavern. Did you ever play the tavern in Ventura?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was... I mean, it was a Metal Wednesday thing, but I know they used to have shows there. The place closed down. It became a speakeasy, then they closed down because they were trying to appeal to hipsters. From what I understand. But they used to have a Metal Wednesday every Wednesday, and so one of those days we were playing, the pit was going crazy. Someone knocked the PA speaker off. It hit Austin in the head.
Oops.
Right? And then like a second later, it seemed like this dude went head first into Sparky's bass guitar. And then like, you know, pushes him off and keep playing. Next day, he was looking at his bass guitar. There's this clump of hair, like literal clump of hair from that dude. It was his 21st birthday, so it was just like, damn, he probably woke up after being so shit-faced, being like, where's my skin? Where's my hair? Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Ooh.
What's the worst show?
Red Balls.
I was wondering if that was going to be it.
It's probably one of the worst. There was that, and then like a handful of Cobalt shows where like there'd be a bunch of people there, and then like we'd get up on stage and everybody would go outside and smoke.
Yeah.
And then we'd finish playing, and everyone would come back in.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm like, can you at least watch like a song or two before you judge us?
No, yeah, that's shitty. Or if they just got up and like the last band, there was like this huge crowd, and then they would leave, like completely leave, like not even come back. You've probably seen that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been the cause of that a few times, and I've always felt bad because our biggest rule as a band is to stay throughout each show. Like some of us, like a couple members will leave because we have fucking work the next day.
Yeah.
I used to work at Target at 4 a.m, and we'd be playing the Whiskey A Go Go, and it would be like getting off, and then it'd be like, okay, I have an hour of sleep by the time I get home, so
yeah,
I need to leave, and then the rest of them would stay. But one of our biggest rules was stay, so like more people will stay and like hang out with us at least, and get the opportunity to see people like you guys or like the Rays or whomever. Yeah, that was like that, and we're a vegan band. No beef. We have no beef with anyone.
Good.
We're not an actual vegan band. We all kill animals respectfully.
Yes.
Like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And eat them.
Yes.
But no, that's like one of our two biggest rules was we're a vegan band, no beef with anyone, we're friends with everyone. We'll say shit behind your back. What?
Excellent. What?
Uh-huh.
That's not on camera.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. We're recording this whole entire thing.
Oops.
Anyway, so I've been meaning to tell you. No.
You guys suck.
You guys are the worst thing
Mm.
I've ever heard. No. But we've been the cause of that. We've played a show like I remember one time at Chain Reaction, just like everyone, this huge wall of people just there. We're playing. It was just like a good show. And then we get off the stage, and the whole crowd that was there came back out. And Chain Reaction, unfortunately, it's more on them than anything else. But they have that rule of just like one entry. Like once you're in, you're in. If you're going back out, you can't come back in.
Oops.
Which is the one thing that I liked about, like, you know, obviously you can do it at the Whiskey, Music Freaks, you know,
Yeah.
Rock City Studios, they've always allowed that, which makes sense because it's like people sometimes want to go out or
Get some
sometimes
fresh air.
smoke a cigarette,
Get the sweat off you for a little bit. Go back
something.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for them to just have that, I don't understand the rule. I'm sure there's some certain reason for it, but I don't understand it at all. But yeah, whole crowd would be, oh wow, you guys were great, and then they would leave, and we'd be like, oh fuck, and then we're like there, and then there's like the other bands are there, so it's just like us and them as a crowd, and there's like all these other bands going on. It's just like, man, this hurts.
Whoops.
Whoops.
It happens. You're like, oh no, we're outside. I guess we're gonna leave.
Yeah, it's a shame. Anyways.
Oh, is that my car over there? Okay.
I'm trying to think. Who are your influences?
Offspring, Blink-182, MXPX, NoFX, Vandals,
Vandals. I've gotten into Vandals lately.
Guttermouth.
I've been getting more into punk lately.
Oh, good.
Yeah, one of the things my guitarist brought up to me like last year or so was that, you know, you need to listen to more metal bands. You need to listen to more of what you don't listen to, because mainly my whole entire like up until a couple years ago, I've just listened to those bands that are behind you. I've literally stayed in that world, and then like the few local bands I'd always listen to.
Oh, Danny Trejo would approve. That's one of my favorite bands.
Dude, it's a great band. I actually got that from when I was Lyft driving.
Someone made that for you?
No, actually, it's a more weird, stupid story of me picking up this. It was like 4 people. They were coming out of a wedding, and the one chick was completely drunk, screaming. And then the guy who sat next to me, he was like a Disney animator, I think he was, or Pixar or something like that. So we were just talking the whole entire time. This was in Simi Valley. I was taking them to the valley, and so we're just talking about animation and then whiskey. We were talking about whiskey, how I'm a whiskey drinker and I don't care for beer and stuff like that. He's like, oh, I have this whiskey at my house. You should try it. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. You know, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And so then we get up, pull out, or get up, and he comes out. He's like, you want to have some of that whiskey? And I was like, ah, yeah, sure. So I go to this stranger person, just complete stranger's house, not knowing them, only knowing them from the 30-minute car drive that I was, drinking a small thing of whiskey, and he had that on his fridge. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool drawing. He's like, oh yeah, my brother-in-law made it for this other wedding we were at. And I'm like, oh really? He's like, yeah, it was like for tacos. It says tacos on the other side. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, you can have it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I took it, and then I drove off, continued working
Hell yeah.
after drinking whiskey
At a stranger's house.
in a stranger's house.
All the roofies.
And so when I was moving everything around and stuff like that, I found that again. And I was like, ah, that's cool. I stuck it up there.
I approve.
Thank you.
I'm not Danny Trejo, and I approve.
Yeah, but yeah, so I basically only listened to those. So I started listening to more metal, because that was like the biggest point was like, you're in a metal band and you don't have any real frame of reference for metal other than like Black Sabbath, which was always been my like frame of reference.
Yeah.
You know? So then I started getting more into punk lately. So Vandals has been one of them. Rancid and Bad Brains as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it going. Maybe when Hunter quits, you can take his place.
Maybe one day. Yeah, no, I doubt that. I'll never match that. I could probably get that drum fill that you keep talking about down better than him. No.
You probably could.
I'll have to set up my drums, and then we should try it here. No.
Yeah. I'll show you on a recording when we're done.
I'm interested. I really actually want to know what this drum fill is. So you're your inspiration's obviously Blink-182, so more of the popular stuff.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess would be labeled because like
Back in
it,
high school, I listened to like Casualties too. It was like Casualties and like Rancid and stuff like that.
mhm,
And then I was like, I'm just really tired of playing chords all the time. I need to
mhm,
have some melody.
mhm. So I imagine Bad Religion might be on that.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, here and there. I didn't really get too into Bad Religion.
I like
Uh,
one of their songs so far. I haven't really found it infected.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
that
like
is a good
that.
one.
That's a great. I think that's a good one, but
I'll have to shoot you some bands and some songs.
definitely I need the as much recommendation because
Yeah,
now Spotify just keeps playing the same thing over and over again. I'm like, come on,
you
guys.
got to expand your horizon if you're gonna replace Hunter.
Exactly. I need to. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Hunter.
Sorry, Honor. I'm taking your job now,
Yep,
but I'll play it way worse. Oh.
excellent. Make him feel good.
Mm. Trying to think of all my other questions that I could possibly have because you answered most of them. I mean, I was going to ask you how you pretty much met all your band members, which mainly to go deeper in that question is like, did you hold auditions or did you just like,
We did for guitarist. We had like a couple people try out, and then Jordan like tried out, and we were like, we didn't think you'd want to be in this crappy band, and then he got the job. I was the only
okay,
time I really held tryouts for anything.
right? Because you did mention in your story that Hunter in diapers, you just basically
Told him he was going to be in a band,
being in a band,
otherwise
which
I was
is
going to manhandle him.
the same thing Austin did to me. Was oh you're gonna be? He knew that I played drums. He just didn't know I didn't play him well.
Sucks to suck, Austin.
Fucking did no. Yeah, no, that's so you just ran it and just did you ask his mom like does he play drums or you just didn't know you're
I
gonna
just
be
knew
in a
he played
band.
I knew he was in a band called Honest Liars, but I couldn't remember what he did in the band.
That was it. Just
Yeah,
he's in diapers.
yeah,
He'll learn something.
Honest Diapers, and yeah,
Is that the actual name? Honest diapers.
no, it's called Honest Liars.
Honest liars.
Yeah,
That's cute.
and yeah, I've done some podcasts. The High School Never Ends podcast. I'm I think I need 47 or 46 more guest appearances.
Mm.
It's a joke we have that I'm like their most reoccurring guest.
Or
I'm like the stepdad.
dang.
Like I'm there like once in a while to like be there for the kids.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah.
Bring them all to the shows and whatnot and inspire them.
Yes.
Biggest point
Yes.
part is to
Just make sure you check out Almost Dave.
I will. And I will listen to that album that I know I've heard live, but that was
Yeah.
like so long ago.
You really should give me some feedback.
And my
You should
memory
also listen to Almost Made It and Almost Dave and you.
Stop pointing at my dad.
Your dad's hot.
It's because of the operation.
Yep.
$6,000. Anyways.
Good price.
Right? Yeah. It was Juan out back. So, I love your tattoos, by the way.
Thank you. They can't see them on the camera.
No.
Wait. Where's my leg? There it is. The delay is great. It's like really like horrible because I look over and I was like, oh, I should stop picking my nose. I was like, oh shit, that already happened. Wait.
I'm gonna have to heavily
There it is.
disinfect this with your COVID running ass.
Yeah.
You viral person, you.
I'm going to Disneyland tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Sounds like thousands of dollars.
No, almost.
How much were the tickets just to get in? Aren't they like $100 each? 125, 120, 150.
We got park hoppers, and we're not California residents.
Oh shit! I should have borrowed your ID.
Yeah, my ID where I'm still fat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You ever go to buy a beer and they're like, "That's not you."
I'm waiting for that. That hasn't happened. I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one's ever. I get more looks from people who haven't seen me in a long time than I do for my ID.
Huh.
Because like once you're 246, everyone knows you as that husky fat guy, right? And then you have COVID. No one sees each other for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, like,
They're like, man, COVID really kicked your ass,
and
huh?
then actually, it was the anorexia. No, so then like you'd be walking around, someone would be like, "Oh, hey," and then they do that thing on their
You
face
look
where they,
familiar.
yeah, they literally, I can see it in their head. They're like at 150 pounds. Oh,
Oh,
that's that fat guy,
Jacob.
Jacob. He plays drum. Yeah, and know him from Disrupted or some shit like that.
Now we can call you Mr. Hips.
Mr. Hips, yeah, right? Well, this has been a fun podcast. I'm trying to think of, well, I guess.
I've done too many interviews. I think I answered all. I should have just dumbed everything down so I didn't answer questions.
Right?
I made you look bad.
No, you didn't. Actually, I think you did great because I brought up comedy. I don't know how many people know about your comedy thing, except for me. And the only reason why I know that is because you messaged me about it.
Yeah, and people used to come see me.
Yeah. I imagine so.
Yeah.
What
I
was
thought
it?
about getting back into it, but I can't push it yet. I don't think I'm that funny anymore.
I think you're funny. I
Look.
mean, the couple jokes you said tonight were funny.
You know, that
I can see it in you, though.
I could do the stand-up joke about the people jumping off bridge and using a target.
There you go.
I
It
like that one.
works. It's kind of a play on Carlin's joke
A little bit.
on the what to do with convicts or something like that. I think the death penalty was it. Put them in a cannon and have them shoot a slab wall or something like that.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Oops. See, I can't do it. That's Carlos Mencia it.
Not really. I mean, it's just like a side version of it.
It's an influence.
Yeah.
About it.
And I just know too much Carlin to be like, oh, that reminds me of that.
See, being a comedian is easier than being in a band. There's no gear. You
Oh,
don't have
yeah,
to worry
it's-
about schedules aligning with like 3 other people
You just
or
go
like
yourself.
creative differences. Unless you have multiple personalities, then you might have creative differences with yourself. But
You just have to write a whole bunch of hopefully good material and just keep trying it out 100,000 times until someone laughs.
yeah,
So you did mention like one joke that the bartender felt bad. Everyone have you ever had like a bad show from that? Like a completely where like other than like being bombed, like someone yells at you or
oh yeah,
got angry at you?
yeah. I'd get heckled sometimes,
Yeah,
but I'm kind of an asshole, so I'd heckle back
of course.
and then insult them personally because I don't know them outside of the
Getting
comedy
bugged.
club. So, like, you know, personal looks, retardation, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
classic go-to.
Mm-hmm.
There's this great fucking flying ass bug. It's probably one of those mosquito hawks.
I think it is. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. People probably just think we're crazy.
It's literally right there. It keeps flying around this fucking room.
I don't think I
I
can
hate
see
those
it.
fucking things. You know they do nothing.
They fly around.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people still think that they actually kill other mosquitoes.
Or they are mosquitoes. If they killed mosquitoes, I'd just release them and have them in my house. And
Yeah, but they don't.
Nope. They just.
The only time they actually do is when
Whoa,
they're
I've
in
never
the.
seen one hang like that before.
What?
It's literally just hanging by its front legs off the cable.
Oh, I don't even see it because I'm fucking blind. I need new glasses. Oh yeah, there it is.
You should touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
Oh, see now you made it go again.
Huh.
Yeah, see, I've gotten one bad interaction when I did stand-up comedy. It was over a Chris Brown joke that I don't say anymore. Yeah,
Did you really just beat that one to death?
that's one of the taglines. That's actually what I said that night. This chick got very mad at me for saying it, and we had a debate. And this all happened at Rock City Studios. Because I was doing open mics there when they would have it like once a month. And I had done this joke for like almost a year before I had done it there. And I had done it previous shows before that. And I've gotten a good reaction from it, and I wouldn't be saying it if people weren't laughing.
True.
That's how comedy works. Right fucking there. I want to kill the goddamn thing. Now it's over the bunny head. It's near the bunny head. Mind the bunny head.
Hmm.
It's from a failed sketch video I tried to do.
Oops.
It happens.
So you told this Chris Brown joke.
And she got very angry. We debated. She didn't throw a chair, but she definitely picked one up and like kind of tossed it a little bit. at Rock City Studios.
You should have said that something along the lines of, if violence isn't funny and not approved, why are you being violent right now?
Well, see, I didn't even know that she did that because I have those lights right
Yeah.
there, and the only thing I see is just dark. So I just know this woman in the back like corner was just yelling at me, and I'm like,
You should-
oh my god,
You should have told her if she didn't stop heckling you, were going to call Chris Brown to come in to shut her up.
right? Yeah, I'll get someone to come up. So security literally escorted her out, and I was getting off stage. And as I was getting off stage, I'm like, "What the fuck was yelling at me?" And then like I see her, I walk near her, and she's like, "You need to come out with us." As she's like getting escorted with security, I'm like, "No, I don't." Luckily, I know the owners, and my guitarist works here, so I could just hide now, you know.
I'm going to go out the back.
And it's not my problem. I didn't do anything except for tell a stupid fucking joke I've been saying for fucking I think 3 years at the time.
Those are the jokes you should keep telling.
Exactly. I don't say it anymore because it's just like I guess it's kind of old. It's dead now.
Yeah.
No one cares. He can go and do more albums
Mm-hmm.
and have no repercussion. But the comedian who makes the joke gets yelled at.
Yes.
You know,
That's how it goes.
he gets to keep doing what he's doing. Free man. Me, however, I'm a piece of shit.
Yep.
That's how all those people see that.
You get it now.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I guess they talked to her, Brett or all of them, pretty much like were like, look, you could either stay here, still see it, because she was there for some other band that was playing that night, and it's like you can stay here, you know, or you can just leave, you know, we're not gonna have that. Just calm down. And she's like, no, I can't believe you won't won't take him off the stage. Like she was like telling Brett and them like, you can't have this person here saying those things. Like
Free speech.
that's basically what Brett was saying, was like he's been doing the joke, it's his thing. If he was saying something completely like way off the line, you know, something racist, something that didn't sound like it was supposed to be funny, it was more like, oh, he's starting a rally,
Yeah.
you know. Obviously if he hits that line, I'm going to kick him off the stage, but he didn't do that. He got laughs, people laughed, he was doing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's on you for not laughing.
His mom and dad were laughing at his jokes, and his friends and his family.
Yeah. So basically, they refunded her, and I was like, the whole entire time, I'm like, oh, great. I hope she doesn't, because the car I had at the time said brake for hallucinations on the back of it. I'm like, oh, that'd be really great if I go back to my car and it's like the tires are slashed. She's like, oh, that's probably that fucking comedian making fun of people who hallucinate. And it's like, I'm not the one who put the sticker there. My dad, who hallucinates, put the sticker there.
There you go.
Don't have the car anymore, but yeah, it was just
If
like,
you hallucinate, you do. It's parked out front.
it is. I wish I had a car, but I don't
No,
have a car currently.
it happens. You want to buy a car?
Sure.
I got like 3 of them.
What kind?
Yeah, the one outside.
What is the one outside?
It's a Honda Civic.
Oh, Civics are good. I have a Honda Accord.
Had.
No, I do. It's just in the shop right now.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna get a car back. It's fine. Never mind.
Eventually,
Proceed.
when the insurance decides I get to have that back.
Oh yeah, you got in a car accident.
Unfortunately,
That sucks. Moving on.
I mean, it was like the only time I wish I was sandwiched by 2 men,
Ah,
because I could have at least like sued or gone to the hospital.
I got a cruise you can go on for that.
Oh, we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
After
Definitely.
after the show.
Definitely talk.
Mm-hmm.
That happens down here.
It was loud.
We're in the county.
That's true.
They won't complain about that, but they'll complain about my bands.
That's how it goes. Yep.
One dude down the street, when we were practicing and we couldn't practice at Music Freaks, was like, you guys know how loud you are? You guys are well over the sound decibel. And we're like, there's no decibel sound limit. We're not a venue.
Not pre 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's literally, that's the only rule, is you can be as loud as you want before 10 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so, did you guys practice at a garage when you first started, or
Yeah.
like, yeah?
Garage, and then
Whose garage?
original drummer Brian's, and then we practiced in Matt's garage, and then we practiced at Stage 1, and then when we didn't want to spend money, we'd practice at in Hunter's garage, and then after that, it's in stage one.
All right. That's interesting. Yeah, it's always pretty much we've been here. We practiced once at like a Guitar Center one, which was fun because we were with someone trying to like kind of coach us to get our songs a little bit better, and then
Yeah.
like actually have like more of a better sound and stuff like that, and teach me how to actually play drums a little bit and do that thing called counting. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I know.
I still haven't learned that.
Same.
I get up to one and then I'm real lost.
Same.
It's like one, something comes after that.
One, 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 one.
That's all I need.
I do one 4 times,
And then
and I do one 4 times again, and then I hit a crash.
there you go. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
That's how every drummer should do it.
Yep.
Hunter,
Hunter. 1,
2,
1.
1.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
Garages. That's where it all starts.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't think of anything else. You were
We
a
covered a
very
lot.
good fucking guest.
Have me back again.
Definitely.
Yes.
Next time you're around California,
Yep.
when
We'll
they
do
let
it.
you back in.
Yep.
When do you guys think you're gonna ever go back on tour or play shows again?
I don't know.
No idea. No, nothing like planned at least in the future. Or
We were
just
supposed to
like...
play a show yesterday.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Yep. Didn't happen.
Hmm.
Almost.
That was like the worst show we've ever played. Was a show that we didn't get to play.
Yep. And then yeah, we have songs written. We just need to record them. And
Mm.
then discuss when we want to tour, and then whenever that reunion show happens with that other band that I was talking about, I'll fly out for that. I think we're planning October for that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. 5 more months.
Do it around our birthdays.
Yes.
We can have a birthday celebration,
Yes.
right?
A birthday celebration and
And I can get the
reunion.
day off from work.
Yeah, me too. I hope.
See, I don't have to. My work just gives me a day off when it's my birthday. The whole month. Basically,
Excellent.
they're like, when it's your, you choose whatever day you want off. It's for your birthday. You take it off.
Huh.
So from the 1st to the 31st, I have, okay, you know what? I'm going to take the 15th off. All right. Happy birthday. See you.
That's awesome.
Great job.
I love Taco Bell.
Ew. I work at a wire manufacturing facility.
Oh, there you go. That's where
Yeah.
all these wires came from.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Steal-
ship wire all day.
stealing work goods. It happens.
I would just get the expensive wire,
Yeah. Sell it.
the gold-plated gold wire, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up pretty
I
much.
think it does wrap it up.
I think it wraps it up very well. You know,
Nice little bow.
hopefully, more people will watch this. More people will share. I'm gonna desperately try and figure out how to put this on YouTube now. Now that I've figured out how to save the live stream, because the first episode didn't get saved, only a clip of it did.
Hopefully this one gets saved.
It should get saved. I double checked the settings like 8 times,
Perfect.
and it should be on there somewhere, and then I'll be able to upload it to our YouTube, and then it'll be rewatched and made fun of and commented,
Cut it into parts. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
right?
Because people have low attention spans.
Definitely. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
Try not to edit it at all, pretty much. Keep it the way it is.
Perfect.
I just like the idea of just throwing it on there,
It's easier that way.
right?
That's what I do.
And I want to check out those YouTube videos of all the things you were talking about.
Do it.
I need to watch that because I only watched the one clip that you mentioned in your Facebook post.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you them.
That's
I'll show you where they are and how to find them.
interested. All right, well, David Dross from No Advisory. Check out all of his shit. Almost Dave.
Yes.
And almost everything else.
Yep. Almost everything else in life.
Almost Made It was the album.
Yeah, listen to that.
Most recent album.
Yes.
And I'll have it on that playlist on Spotify. I'm sure you could look up The Locals or look up my name and you'll find it.
Best songs on there. No Signal. Seems So Overrated. Shameless. V-Day. Maybe Tomorrow. I think I wrote another one. But those are the best songs on the album.
I'm sure I've listened to it when it came out and then I just kind of like haven't heard it since.
Yep.
To be fair, I haven't listened to the one that I really like a lot. The Everybody's Stupid.
Yeah, everyone is stupid.
Yeah, I love Cotard Delusion.
I wrote that one.
That was a great one. And then War Games.
I didn't write that one.
No, who wrote that one?
Jake.
Oh, Jake.
Hmm.
All right, yeah, that was a good one.
It was.
Yeah. All right, I'll stop.
It's fine. Bye, everybody. Thanks
I'll
for
definitely
watching.
have you on again
Do it.
if you want to.
I will.
Okay.
October.
October,
Yes.
maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yep.
Someone will figure it out.
Yep.
Maybe he will.
I know your dad's about to push the button.
All right. Good night, everybody. There's a button that probably says it. It'll be a lot easier than me walking over there.
Stream.
End stream. Yeah, should say.